ODA this year is the workplace fit for purpose? In your session you talked about storytelling. So how do you think that we can use storytelling to help us better understand our workplaces?
Well, that's a really great question, and the first thing that comes to mind for me actually is at the end of this year in November we're running a story conference. It's called thestoryconference.com.au, and in that conference there's actually going to be a number of people who work with story and narrative techniques to help organisations. The theme is around cultural change, influencing cultural change. And I think the biggest connect of using story and narrative techniques is actually in the diagnostic aspects that it provides for identifying and talking, getting people to understand what's the culture. So Bob Dick, who's been a big mentor and influence, he often talks about culture as a bit like night vision. If you try and look at it directly, you can't see it, but if you use your peripheral vision, you can actually start to make out some of the details. So in that sense, storytelling and asking people, inviting people to share stories about what it's like working in the organisation is one aspect of doing some diagnostic work. The other aspect actually is in fairy tales. And this is something that's a fun and frivolous way, but actually quite a deep way of providing a safe space for people to create a narrative that has metaphors encoded in, we know how a fairy tale starts, once upon a time, we know how it ends, they lived happily ever after. It has characters within, there's princes, there's witches, there's wolves, there's all those things. And so in one organisation, it was a large corporate, I hit a wall around some cultural change work that I was doing, and so I decided to do something different. And I asked people to share a fairy tale about flexible working options in the organisation, and that really broke it open. So there's some ideas for how you could use storytelling to help look at organisations and make more sense of what's going on.
Great, thank you so much for your time.